All right, there we go. Welcome to the Timo Tolkki podcast. What's up, Timo? It's been a while.
It is number 16 or 17.
I don't know. I wrote it in the thing. 16.
Yeah. We have been doing this for 3 years, right?
It feels like we've been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
You don't have that many more albums left.
In the future, yes.
In the future, yes, but not right now.
No, maybe not. No. 2 at least.
Well, we have these 2 today.
Yeah.
We'll do 2 today because this one, you really don't have any lyrics or anything. There's 2 songs with lyrics, and then who are you looking at? Who's there?
My girlfriend.
Does she want to come on the show too?
You want to come? She doesn't speak any English.
Who cares?
She doesn't like that kind of attention.
That's all right. I don't either.
She doesn't even want that I post her pictures in the Facebook. She forbid me that.
Oh, so you're not doing it no more?
I can't.
Oh boy. Well, it's too late now.
I'm under the thumb, you know.
You should tell her to you should have her do your hair.
You should do my hair. You should do my hair. Look at me.
You look like a child.
I am.
Would you just wake up out of bed?
No, I didn't. Because I took a shower and then it got dry, so it's like this. Well, I should go to the hairdresser because it gets like really big.
Yeah, we know. I mean, look at these old pictures.
Well, yeah, that's like fucking 25 years ago. No, but I'm gonna grow it back, but not that long. But, you know, maybe here. So
you look fine like that.
Thank you.
It's all right. We like you either way.
Yeah.
All right, we got some people in the room, but as I said before, everybody came in here. We're going to be doing classical variations and themes, and hymns to life today.
Hymn to life, not hymns.
Hymns? Oh, hymn to life. Sorry. Forgive me.
I do, of course.
All right. So what's been going on since we last did the show? It's been a while. It's been almost like 2 weeks. Yeah, that was the last time.
Well, I changed the location at least.
Yes, I saw that again.
Yeah. No, it's not again. It's twice in Montreal. The first time, actually.
Yes, I know.
If you change the location once, it means once, right?
We got Joseph R. He says you're one of his biggest inspirations on learning guitar. All right, tell her to go in the room. Tell her to go watch the telenovela.
Okay. What was the question?
He's just saying you're a big inspiration to him. And Tabashinki, I don't know. He wants you to try to get Jari on the stream, on the show.
Okay, I can try this. Sure.
We can try to get Jari.
Yes.
And we're still working on Kiski, right?
Yes. I will. I hope he does. I don't think he does that, but I hope, of course.
I will try.
Yeah.
I was actually going to contact their management and see what happens.
Yeah.
But I just haven't had time. I've been very busy. So
yeah.
This whole coronavirus thing.
There is no virus.
There is a virus.
No.
Maybe not where you are.
Of course.
There's something here though.
And the masks don't help, guys.
Oh, I just went to. That's when you just told me you were on Skype earlier, and I said I wasn't home. We're not running out of toilet paper, you know. That's the big crisis right now. But I figured let me just go get some. And my wife saw somebody post somebody posted online that they have it at BJ's. So I went to BJ's and went and grabbed toilet paper. But it's a wholesale club.
Like BJ, for me, BJ is something else.
I know. Me too. But that's what they call the store. I don't know what it's short for. But anyway, my in-laws gave me a mask, you know, and I haven't been wearing a mask even at work or nothing. It's just kind of pointless to me.
Right.
But I figured let me just wear it at the store. And holy shit, I felt so fucking claustrophobic. I couldn't take it.
I actually wore it yesterday, but once only.
Yeah. For what reason?
I have doctor friends here who say they all say the same thing. It doesn't help anything.
No,
Nothing.
I don't think so either.
You know, but this whole fucking thing is so blown out of proportions. I mean, it's really sick. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, of course there are people dying, but they never know what is the reason actually. You know?
Right. Everybody's got something different or whatever. Actually, my friend had it. He's still alive, thank God. But two of his friends died from it.
I think I had it.
Well, you probably still have it.
No, I had it. I think about 5 weeks ago. Because I had all the symptoms.
I think your hair has it.
Maybe. Fuck off. Your hair.
My hair is. Look at this.
Yeah.
You're jealous. You wish you had this hair.
You look like a penis. A giant big penis in the.
Should I get 2 bowls and put them right here?
You don't have them?
No. They're down here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Avalon wants to know if you have any demos for the episode album.
Yes, not anymore, but I did have. But those were the ones that I sent to Jens and Jörg. It had Father Time, Speed of Light, Eternity, When the Night Meets the Day, at least those 4 I remember. Yeah, at least those. Yeah.
Cool. You got headphones or something? Because you're very echoey.
I have. You want me to have headphones?
Yeah, sounds a little better with headphones.
Maybe because I have because I have the Safari on.
I don't know.
I put it off. Right.
Thanks everybody for joining.
Is it better
now? No.
Is it better now?
No.
Why is it echoing?
Probably because the room you're in.
Ah! Come on, man. It's okay.
All right. It keeps breaking out every once in a while. That's all right. We'll deal with it.
The Wi-Fi.
No, it's the voice because it's echoing against the walls. It's
Okay. I don't have headphones.
You don't have headphones?
No.
Where'd your headphones go?
I don't know.
Does your girlfriend have headphones?
Not at this. She gave me her earpods because I broke them again. These are my 4th earpods that broke somehow.
We can't give you anything. All right. Anyway, actually, you did have some demos for the other album, though, not episode. Fourth Dimension, yes.
Yeah.
Those are very cool.
I have all of them. I have even the rest now.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, there's 3 more. So I have
really?
10. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You'll have to send them to me, too.
Did I send you the 7?
Yes, you did.
Okay, cool. I sent the rest. There's also Soldier's Prayer in there, demo version.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, from the classical album. So.
Yeah, I checked out a couple of them. I haven't got to listen to all of them yet, but I downloaded them this way I don't lose them. But
I was surprised when I heard them after 25 years. Actually, I didn't remember they were so good. You know.
What did you think of them?
I think they're pretty good. Actually, I really was surprised that they were so good. You know?
Yeah.
Some people say it's better than Kotipeltos, but I don't think so.
I don't know. I like them. I think they're really cool. I mean, it's you're singing on them, so it's cool to hear you singing on songs that you didn't sing on before. So
right.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Pika, if I'm saying that right, says Against the Wind demo sounded like it's actually in higher tune than the album version.
It's not. It's the same, but my voice sounds like that. That's maybe
right. And when is your website going to be up? Avalon wants to
I have to ask my brother about that. I have no fucking idea.
We should have your brother on the show.
We can do this easily. That I can promise.
Yeah.
Because he can tell a lot of stuff about me when I was a kid and teenager and stuff. So.
I'm sure everybody would love that.
Yeah. Me not, but.
All right. You want to get talking into this album now? Yeah. Classical variations and themes. Themes?
Yeah.
Themes. Themes. THEM. Themes.
Yes, Themes.
It's cool. I mean, I like it. How come you did a solo album instead of just doing like a regular album?
Well, I did with Stratowire's 4th Dimension. This was recorded in the same session.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was same session. Now, I wanted to do one because I really liked and still like Yngwie Malmsteen Rising Force album. This was like Yeah.
This is like the Timo Tolkki's Rising Force, basically.
Well, it's not that original, but that was my idea. So, and people were asking all the time, so I just fucking do it and in the same session. So, like, I had the songs and everything. So, I had a guitar synthesizer actually as well. So
Okay.
one of the keyboards are actually guitar.
Oh, really?
People don't know, yeah.
Hmm.
Because I saw Gary Moore had like Syntax, which Syntax is like a keyboard guitar sort of. So.
Right. A keytar.
Exactly. So I had this, and many of the keyboards are actually guitar played.
Oh,
Played
wow.
with guitar, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How come you didn't do any? How come you didn't do lyrics for all the songs? Why'd you only do 2?
Well, my idea was to mainly have an instrumental record.
Yeah.
That was the idea, and if you want to have an instrumental album, I guess you don't have lyrics, right?
That usually is how that works. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Why'd you want to do instrumental though? Because the instrumental albums, I would imagine, really don't sell that well.
Well, this did.
Did it?
Yeah, it was a very big hit in Japan.
Well, everything's a hit in Japan.
No, it's not. No way, man.
David Hasselhoff is huge in Japan. Come on.
But he's huge in everywhere. No, I never care actually about the sales, really. When I do the music. So if somebody likes it, then that's very nice. But that's not the motivation for that. So, and yeah, but a lot of people asked about like instrumental albums. So I felt okay, why not? Because I had this. Some of the songs are from the early Stratovarius days, actually, like Back to the Ice Age is from '85 or something.
Oh wow!
Some of the stuff, I had them already always, but I didn't know what to do with them. So, and I wrote a couple of more. So, Soldier's Prayer I wrote when I was in military service in Finland.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, I was in that because it was always against Russians. There was nothing else. Every fucking thing was against Russians. Always. All the maneuvers, all the rehearsals, always against Russians. So I was I had a guard post in the fucking forest that was minus 35 or something. And I was like entertaining myself. Okay, let's do a song. And then this came pretty much in the mind,
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Green Sleeves. All you guitarists seem to cover that song for some reason. Why?
Yeah. That was my very first album I ever bought was Rainbow on Stage.
Okay.
A double, and that's there. So I learned it and I could play it, and I thought, why not? In retrospect, this album is sort of like it's not really there. I don't really like it that much, but I think it has some good moments, but as a whole, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So some people have asked like part 2, but they always ask for part 2 for every fucking thing. So
they want Visions part 2. I mean, you can't do it. I mean, part 2 is just
they want their Black Diamonds and Paradises and whatever, but
right.
Can't keep on doing that forever.
Yeah. Gingalo wants to see my drum kit. I don't know if I could do this. Hold on. The show's not about me. It's about Timo. But yeah.
You should change the skins, man.
Huh?
You should change the skins.
Change the skins? Why?
They're
brand new.
Are they?
Yeah.
Claire is old.
Oops, shit. God damn it. Where is my snare? No, that's new. That's brand new.
It's black.
It's not black. That's the middle. It's where I hit it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Those are all new skins. And then I have another kit. Well, I have another kit on the other side of me, but that's my old kit. This one behind me, my new one.
How do you play 2 kits?
I can't play them. The other one's just sitting stacked up on top of each other.
Okay.
That was my original kit. This one's my new one because my old one is an 8-piece drum kit, and it just takes up too much room in this room now. So I found this on sale, and so I bought it, and it's actually a very good kit. It sounds better too. It's just sounds new. It's just it's nice. Mapex. Yeah.
I know Mapex.
What do you know about drums? Anything?
And everything, because I record them all the time.
Well, I know, but what do you really know?
Nothing.
Me neither, and I fucking play them.
Yeah.
I really don't care. As long as it's there, I can play it.
For me, it's like how it sounds. I don't care what mark it is or whatever brand, but if it sounds good, it's good. You can put a mic in there, that's there. So.
Exactly, that's right. And no, they are not pink. Those are red.
Right.
Yeah, they're like red. They're like wood tone.
Yeah. Tuomo Lahtela's first kit was red pearl.
Oh, that's my other one's red too.
Yeah, red
so
pearl.
A red wine red.
He always had this kit, and when we went to Japan with Dream Space, he wanted to have that fucking kit in Japan. So I went to the Finnair cargo and I took it myself. And he wanted to have all his percussions like crotales, marimba, all. Like 200 kilograms. I think all the gig fees went to only the fucking cargo.
Oh my god. That's I used to be the same way when I would play shows. We play these little clubs, and then I have an 8-piece kit, and I would bring every single piece with me.
Yes.
And it's a pain in the ass. It wasn't easy, you know. And I'm the only one that would set it up because nobody else would help me.
Well, I wouldn't help you either, but you know.
That's all right. I don't expect anybody to help me. I don't need anybody's help.
That's a martyr attitude.
Yeah. Let's see. Did you get your ESP yet?
No, I didn't. It's in Prague.
It's in Prague. And how you doing?
Very good. How does it look like?
Did you get to present this live album?
Did
you get to present this album?
I mean, no, not as a whole, but we did play some songs in Japan from this. Like we played this Pioneer Suite.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. It's in this bootleg, like Thunder from the East, it's called or something. Thunder from the East, fucking PA, it's called. There's a PA joke.
Oh, I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
And are you going to move back to Finland?
No way.
Nope. Staying in Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh yeah.
All right. What else you got from this album? Because there's really not much else to tell, I guess. Really.
Yeah.
You got everybody still from Stradivarius except for your bass player who you fired by email.
Yeah. No, by text.
It was on text back then, was there? 94.
Which bass player? Jari.
Jari, yeah.
Jari, I fired in 2005.
Oh no, but who was the Stradivarius bass player then?
Manny,
yes.
Yeah. I didn't fire. Well, I did fire him because this guy who put like this one gig from Tavastia Club in Helsinki online, and he was the guy who never moved an inch. And I remember I always thought, why don't you fucking move at least 5 centimeters? Well, 2 inches. So he never did, and he recorded the original bass tracks for Dream Space, and I went to hear them, and it was like, oh man, it was like fucking slap bass and stuff. Like, you don't do that in my record, man. So you gotta go. It was really not there. I mean, it was all over the place with his bass. I mean, I said, yeah, his name was Jari too.
Mm-hmm.
Every bass player I work with is Jari, except Lauri Porro.
So that's why I get him confused, because everybody's got the same name.
Yeah, so it was like very clear that this guy cannot be there. And I played the bass in Twilight Time. I played the bass on this solo album. I played the bass in Hymn to Life. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Actually, I meant to look. All right, and then that was 1994.
Yes.
And then we forward all the way down to 2002.
Yes.
And you release Hymn to Life.
Yes.
And on the little thing it says here, the mastermind. Are you a mastermind?
No, I'm not.
But you were. It says you were the mastermind behind Stradivarius, and you invite us on a musical journey of your most private moments with the sophomore release.
Yeah. Well, that's a record company, Nuclear Blast, trying to sell it, because when they got the master, they were like, what did you do this time? So they paid me a lot of money to get a solo record, and I did what I did. I wrote the songs on Infinity Tour. I remember that because it's a misconcept that there is not so much time on the road, but there is a lot of time. So
right, of course.
I figured out, I wake up 11, 10 in the morning, and I have like 9 hours to the gig. So what I did, I booked a hotel room in each city, and I went there with my recording equipment, and I wrote the songs on the tour.
Oh, wow.
In 2000.
Yeah.
And when I started writing them, it was clear that it cannot be a metal album. It has to be something more personal, because at that time, I was going through some very personal issues after my therapy and things, and I wanted to write them out as the songs, as I always do.
Yeah.
And this album was born exactly the same way like every other album, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wanted to have Kiske there. That was clear.
Why?
Because that was the first time I worked with the guy, and I really always admired him since the beginning, since the Halloween. I saw Halloween in Finland in '87 many times. They were supporting Iron Maiden, did Seventh Son of a Seventh Son tour. That was when I saw Kiske, and this guy blew my mind. I mean, he was so fucking good live,
Right.
as well. I when I heard the record, I thought this guy cannot be like that live, but he was better.
Mm-hmm.
He was better. So I was like,
and he still hasn't lost it either.
Yeah. So I want to have this guy. So I don't remember how I got in touch with him, but somehow it worked out. And I remember that, you know, I mixed this in Finvox, and I had 2 tracks of the SSL console, big one, 40 tracks, Kiske and Kiske, marked. I have 2 faders. This is Kiske and this is Kiske. And so funny thing was that I had like 7 days to mix this, and I had mixed everything, but I didn't have his vocals. They were back in DHL or UPS or something. So
Oh wow.
I'm like, because I never talked to this guy, I never met the dude.
Wow.
He always email, and I emailed him like, Michael, it's not here. Where is it? Maybe I can't do it or something. And he wrote, you have to do it. I spent 3 days for the vocal. And then it got in there. And there's a lot of 3 with this guy, because he's Christian and he's subscribed to the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So it was 3 days for the vocals. I had 3 hours to mix the song. Stuff like this, you know, very weird stuff. But you know, when I got finally the vocals, I just put it up, and that was there. And it was very easy to do. You know.
Yeah.
I think I did it in 1 hour or something at the end. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It is. It's probably one of my top favorite songs ever.
Yeah.
Out of anything that I listen to.
Now this guy said to me that he cannot listen to it without crying, and this is the thing.
Yeah. And you told me a lot of people say the same thing.
Yes, it's true. There's something with this song, the energy and, you know, the message and everything. It's like a lot of people say the same.
Yeah.
I have a guy in Finland who is like a philosopher, like a really big guy. He used to give lectures for Nokia, and he does seminars, and he plays this as a welcoming song. You know.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes. So, you know, but when I wrote the song, it was like, it's so simple, man. It's like 4 chords or something, maybe 5.
Yeah, it's simple, but it works, and it's very effective on giving people emotions.
You know, Carpenters.
Yeah.
It has a Carpenters feel, you know, to me.
I guess. I'm not too familiar with the music. I know who they are. I know their songs, but
Yeah, some stuff, you know. But you know, when Kiske sang that chorus like that, I was like, man, that's really there, because it really resonates the high when it goes up.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, that hits some kind of a frequency actually, which I didn't plan. And actually, in this solo is 1 note, because you know I can play really fast if I want, and that's nothing. Everybody can do that.
Right.
But what is really meaningful is sometimes just 1 note.
Right.
And at the end of the Key to the Universe, the solo of the song is 1 note, which I still don't know how I did it, because it's so high, and it stays there, you know, like 20 seconds. Or
no. Oh, you froze.
The very last note of the solo. So
sometimes less is more, which is, you know, proven.
For me, this is many times, always actually the case.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to sing myself on that album, so that was not so easy actually, because the songs were very personal, the lyrics very personal, and I was in this cabin in the middle of forest in Helsinki, which we did Infinity demos, and I did a lot of Elements guitars there, and all the vocals of Elements been done in this same place. So I built this kind of a tent with the carpets and stuff to get the river, echoes out. Like, so, you know, so I was there with the mic and my whole sound system at that time. I had like big rack of stuff, and I just went for it. I think it took, I think, 2.5 weeks for the vocals. Yeah. And I remember that the microphone I had was Audio Technica 4041, which is in general known as a female mic. A lot of female singers are using that, but I don't know why I chose that, because it just felt right. I had the sound what I needed, and it came. That sound was easy, but the actual performance, if you want to say that, was not easy.
No. Was it just tough because what you were writing about, it was very personal?
Yeah, exactly. So about my father, about the way I see life and God, and a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah.
Because I went to therapy. It was like 98 or something, 99, and I went to the first session, and you know how they do. It's like, I don't know if you know, but they interview you if they can take you as a patient.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this guy was like, he told me you were in some kind of a state of shock. Because I had to investigate my father's suicide. I ordered all the documents, because in Finland, if you commit suicide, the police has to make an investigation, take photos and everything. So I ordered everything, and I read it, and I remember that I got this really weird feeling, like a really big pain in the stomach and yeah. So I went to the therapist, and he said, "You're in some kind of state of shock." And then I entered the therapy, and slowly I started learning about what I actually have inside, which is the purpose of the therapy. If it's successful, and it was in my case, it was 7 years in therapy. I paid like $30,000 altogether.
Wow.
But you cannot count the money there, because it's really much more worth than just what.
Yeah, it's something that you needed, and you can't put a price on that. So
exactly, yeah. Because when my daddy died, my mother took me to a psychologist, and she said to my mother one day, I mean, now the guy is completely locked. I was 12, and she said that one day it's going to come out, and it's obvious. I mean, it's just mathematical fact that it's going to happen sooner or later.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
They call it acting out in psychology, which is like you act out your feelings, emotions, what you have inside. It's stupid things you do, stuff like that,
Yeah.
And I did a lot of that, as everybody probably knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as you were saying with the Michael Kiske singing "Key to the Universe," I mean, that it starts off with that, like, wait, how does it start off now? I'm trying to think. Yes, well, it starts out with this. We do the screaming in the beginning of the album.
That was because my therapy, there's a therapy called primal therapy, where you scream your pain out, basically.
Oh, really? Okay.
They use different techniques to get they call it the scream. And the screaming here, there is nothing but just fake, because it's just, I needed to do that, because I put real mics outside, and the wind in the trees is real. It's not an effect, it's really right there.
Yeah.
And everybody who heard the record with headphones in the bus or something, they heard this nice, like, and then like, what the fuck? It sounded like "Wake Up," and then start the song, and the whole record is like that. So,
right. I love this record, by the way. I mean, anybody that says this record sucks is an idiot. I'm sorry. If you're in this room and you think this record sucks, fuck you.
I mean, some people were really like, "Little boy, I miss you." They said it's a pedophile thing or something. What the fuck is not?
It's not. It's about you. You miss your childhood, right?
No, it's about the inner child.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's a letter to myself.
Right. Yeah.
So, and there is a video montage in YouTube where my brother had like some stuff where you can actually see me being 1 year old or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you haven't seen this?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, it's really nice. There's my father is there, my mother is there, my cousins are there. We spend a lot of time in summer houses in the summers, and everything is there. For this song, "Little Boy, I Miss You." So.
Cool. Yeah. Now I remember how to start. So you have that, your little guitar solo in the beginning, and then you have that what do you call it? Like just band just goes whatever. Yeah. But then you go, and then you go like down to the slow part of the song, and then that's when it's just like it just gives that like aura of just like it gives you like all these emotions and shit, and then he comes in with the lyrics, and then it's just like the things that he's singing and the stuff that you wrote. It just gets to you. I don't know. I listened to it the other day in the car, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like starting to cry here. I had to turn the fucking song off because I just couldn't listen to it.
Yeah,
But,
I mean the lyrics were there because that's exactly how I felt at that time. Like nothing seems the same anymore.
right, yeah. So, but the lyrics, it's just so positive and it's just a really really great song.
Yeah, but this album is not only positive because I went through the whole range of my emotion on this record. And it was
yeah, you can hear it in every single song. There is all different things that you can tell it as what you were going on, what was going on in your life.
Exactly, and it was really like because the therapy gave me some kind of a structural, or like I had an order in my life, perfect one. So everything was in its place.
Right.
I still remember this very clearly, and that's why this album is to me one of my top 3 of all the time. What I did,
Yeah.
Still.
I think so too. It's just you just have everything here. Even the way the album sounds, it's very modern sounding. It doesn't sound like Stradivarius. You're away from that power metal stuff, which is cool. Yeah. I think you really needed this sound on this album.
I do think so. And so the guy who plays keyboards on the whole record was my best friend who also committed suicide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in 2006. And I tried to save this guy. I did everything I know, but I could not. So, and you can never. You have to try, but sometimes you can't. And
if somebody's got it in their mind to do it, they're just going to do it. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was so sensitive. I'm too, but he was even more. And he was just alone, and he no friends, and he didn't go anywhere, and he just played keyboard. He's the original keyboard player of Stratovarius, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mika. But he left right before we got a deal with CBS for Fright Night.
Oh, how come?
But this guy was my best friend, and we lived together. And I still remember he was practicing. He was an amazing keyboard player. He could play like Jens. He was like Jens too.
Yeah.
So he used to really like rehearse a lot, and we lived together. I was practicing a lot of vocals while he was doing his keyboards. And I met him. He was from Lapland, North Finland. And he moved to Helsinki, and he was like so different from anybody I've ever met, So we started playing. I had my nylon string acoustic, and I was like fucking 14 or something, 13. And we played in a lot of parties, school parties and stuff like that. And he had amazing humor because sometimes he fuck up things deliberately. Like I still remember we played Johann Sebastian Bach Air on D string or G string or whatever. And there is this chord change, and he skipped one chord just to fuck me up. I was playing melody. I'm like, what's that? Yeah. I didn't know what to do. It completely fucked me up. And I played a lot of classical stuff in those days. I played Bach, Toccata, and Fugue in D minor in the church.
Oh, wow.
With electric guitar, with tapping and everything. So I still remember that too. It was like in the local papers and everything.
So what made you contact him to work on this album? What was he doing? Anything?
At that time, he was. We kept in touch all the time. I mean, we were good friends. I mean, I saw him regularly. So he got through He got through a really nasty divorce, and he never recovered from that. That was one of the key issues, actually. So I just wanted to have him on the record because I knew what he can do. But he wanted to play solos, actually.
Yeah.
Timo, can I play solo? No, man, you can't because it's not the power metal album. So he came to Finvox. So all the pianos are done with Finvox piano, a big black piano. And so we recorded everything and him to live, whatever is there, Dear God, all these songs. And it's pretty much one take.
Really?
Yeah. This guy was really good.
Wow.
Then I was like in Dubrovnik on holidays in Croatia, and he just sent me really weird messages and stuff, and I was like, what's happening? And they went back, and I went to see him, and they put him to the mental hospital, actually. He was there because he tried to commit suicide, so they took him in. And I sent him like Just Carry On from Black Album. I sent him a CD player and some music and candies and books and stuff, and then he got out and then he did it. So he moved back to his home, to his parents, and his parents were extremely religious.
Wow.
He was not. So they beat him. I know that they beat him up a lot, you know.
Really?
Yeah. And in Finland, that's a fucking corporal punishment. You don't do it. You know, it's against the law.
All right.
And even if I now see anywhere somebody beat, even take this, I go, don't do it. It's wrong. You can't do it. You know, I can't. You can't.
No.
It really, for me, it's like fucking horrible thing. So he did it. I mean, and he had kids too. So
really?
Yeah, he just wanted out, man. So
yeah, that's it.
And they didn't even invite me to the funeral.
No.
No.
Why?
God,
you had no idea. Did you even talk to his parents?
Yes, I did, because he had some of my stuff and like books and things, and they just said that they gave it to a flea market.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So who played drums on the album?
This guy called Anssi Nykänen, who was like one of the biggest studio drummers in Finland.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like he does a lot of TV stuff, and if you want really good drums, you book this guy. And he came to the same place where I was doing the vocals, so I put the kit there, and it's the same place, by the way. We can see in the Stratovar's Infinite Visions DVD where Jörg is doing drums. It's exactly that place. I was in the middle of that room doing vocals, and I mic'd the kit, and I remember still in Key to the Universe, he said, because I wanted him to play a ride cymbal in the chorus, when the first chorus comes, but he stays in the hi-hat. He said, this is Ringo Starr, man. You cannot go to Ringo Starr. You cannot go to the right. I'm like, okay, then do what you want. I don't want to, So, but it was pretty much one take, because this guy is, he has to do it because he has to be really fast.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes he has many gigs during the day.
Oh wow!
This is how they are, the studio guys. So.
But he stuck out to me a lot. I thought he was like really good on this.
Yes, I mean he's a very good rock drummer, really solid. Easy to record. He hits very well, and the sound is there. I mean the snare and the kick are samples.
Oh, okay.
I mean snare is 50-50 like on Strato records, but it's different sample this time. And the kick is always a sample on this record every time. And in Hymn to Life, this song, it's like, is it 9 minutes or something? 9:30?
Like I think 11 minutes or so. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think so. Because I was listening to it this morning, and I was like, oh shit, 11 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a lot of this is from my therapy. A guy called Wilhelm Reich, who was a student of Freud.
Yeah.
And who moved to the States actually, right there when the Germans hit Norway and occupied Norway. And they really fucked him up, because he talked about the things you don't want to, you don't say these things, but he wanted always to say those things.
Yeah.
And I know that in America you have like FDA. So they sued him actually.
Oh, really?
And in the 50s, they burned his books.
Yes, they were
doing burned his fucking books, man. The fucking Nazis, And he had to destroy all his work actually. And then they put him jail, and this guy was like, he said, the court, he doesn't recognize the courts, like the court is not the right instance to judge him, because he's a scientist. He was maybe naive, maybe he knew exactly what he was doing, I don't know, but he just didn't want to appear in the court. And then they of course made an indictment.
Indictment. Yeah.
Exactly. So he had to, and then they arrested him and put him in jail. And he died 1 week before he was getting out.
Wow.
A heart attack. Well, how convenient.
Everybody dies of a heart attack.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good thing they didn't have coronavirus back then. It would have been diagnosed with that.
Maybe yeah. Well, I mean, then I realized that I have this 11 or whatever, and the message of the song needed something special. So then I remembered the great dictator of Chaplin, the most famous speech for peace in the end. So I fucking took it and I put it there. And I never had an issue of anybody from that.
Oh, that's good.
And maybe I'm a naive sometimes, but what was my justification to do that? Like, if somebody from their estate would find out, you know what I would say?
What?
Charlie would understand. Really but that's exactly my thoughts,
Yeah.
And it's there. I mean, it's really, really good speech, and it really fits to him to life.
Maybe it's in the public domain or something. And
I don't think. No, I took it from the TV. I took it from the DVD. I put the mic in front of the TV and I recorded it. So it's from the actual film itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's been out long enough now. So if you haven't,
I think it's 50 years.
Although now it's on Spotify, so you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now they zoom it. The rest is.
So now you might be screwed.
Well, if I get sued, the peace message gets even more publicity. So maybe it's good.
All right. Maybe. Hope so.
In these dark times, I think that song is actually what we need. And Key to the Universe too. I think we really need that message in this moment.
Yes, I think so too.
When the world is so dark and everybody's isolating, I'm not isolating myself. I go out every day. I'm not scared of the fucking virus that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I still work every day, so it's like, I don't really. It doesn't really affect me too much.
I mean, you know that about 100,000 people died of this so far, but it's nothing.
Compared to other things, no.
Yeah. So if you really take this, if you look at the media, how it is, it's not. I think something's really sick.
Yeah. I
do think, it's like,
especially when they keep changing things. Like, first they say, oh, things are going to be locked down for like 2 weeks, and then they upped it another 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe school will come back. Now school's not coming back for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
So
I mean, the president in Mexico, they call him AMLO. Is it AMLO? AMLO. So this guy, he changes his opinions every week.
Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks ago, he said, go out.
Right.
To the restaurants that are open, hug your friends, talk with them. And then last week he said, stay home.
Right. They're all doing that. They just, nobody knows what to do.
Yeah.
Something else is going on. Something else is.
Oh, yeah. That's what
behind the scenes.
I have a friend in Croatia, and she said that there was an earthquake, and she said it's clearly man-made.
Yeah.
They have this HAARP, HARP. Which you can do floods, you can do earthquakes, you can do whatever, tsunamis, everything. So
I've heard that.
Somebody is doing that. I don't know who and what is the motive behind this, but of course it's money.
Yeah, it's always money.
It has to be. So, I mean, I saw a documentary where they said like this thing has been in motion for 10 years already, the plan, and the vaccination is there already, and the next thing they're going to introduce that.
Right.
And everybody has to take it. If you don't take it, you're going to be punished. Yeah. And some people say the plan is like this: you stay at home, right? So you're at home. The next thing, they cut the internet.
Right.
They cut the fucking internet, the whole fucking network.
Well, they better not. We got a lot of albums to go through yet.
Yeah, I know. I think that some people say it's Illuminati that behind all this, and they want to kill a lot of people.
Could be the deep state.
Deep state, maybe, yeah, maybe. But
I don't know what's
I
going
mean,
on.
I do think that this thing is going to be over very soon. I do think so, because
I hope so.
Some people say that it's a self-destructive virus. It's made like this,
Right. Yeah, because people are going to start getting depressed because nothing's open. They can't go out, go hang out with their friends, do this and that stuff. They're going to kill themselves, And it's just going to drive people nuts. It's not going to drive me nuts because I've been practicing for this for my whole life.
Exactly. Even here in Mexico, I mean, there is no official order for quarantine. There is nothing like that.
Right.
But still, many people stay over a month at home already.
Really?
Yeah. They're scared.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did what they wanted to do. They got everybody scared.
Yeah.
A question here. You got a bunch of questions. I'll go through the questions. Nobody worry. I will ask all these questions. Can you ask Timo about composing the songs of Dear God and Father?
Yeah. Well, Dear God is about it's a letter to God. Nothing more than that. It's like having all these questions, like why this, why that, why a 4-year-old dies in cancer, 4-year-old dies in cancer, stuff like this. In the big picture, I needed to ask some questions, to get answers, but you never really do if you don't. You have to be in a certain. I'd not state of mind. I say state of heart, because mind is fucked always. Mind is conditioned. It's
Right.
there. So this whole album is really deep. So father is about my father, of course. I needed to express myself, but still it's fake, because you cannot do that in public. It's a very private thing.
Mhm.
I take it as far as I could, musically and lyrically. So nobody expected anything like that from me, of course.
Yeah, because it's a real hard thing what you went through, and
Yes.
see what happened and everything. So,
No.
like when you release this album, and and knowing that I knew what you went through, it was just a surprise that you wrote all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sure it helped you as well.
Yes, the whole album did help a lot, because it's like in the middle of my recovery. So, the father song is in two parts. There's this latter part is like really a poem to him, with the piano and everything. So I went to his grave like maybe fucking 100 times, but nobody was there.
Yeah.
I spent a lot. I took CDs. I took books there. I even pissed on his grave.
Why?
It's in the song too. It's in the song. It's all true. So I had to do this, because if I would not have done this, I could not have forgiven him. Which I did. Because ultimately, I do think that we need to forgive rather than stay in a destructive relationship or friendship or whatever. It's always better to forgive.
Right.
But forgiveness is not an act of will. That's the thing. It's a process. You can say, "I forgive you, man," but it's not that easy.
It's not easy.
Especially if the person is dead.
Right.
How can you do it?
You don't get it back and forth, and you don't hear his side of the story.
Well, in Finland, you don't get it anyway, because people are out there. But nothing goes back and forth. So you say, "I'm sorry," and then you hear nothing.
Let's see. Now I understand. I like that song a lot. That's the first song you sing on the album.
Yeah, it's like understanding pretty much all your life, in the song, and I really understood my whole life up until that point, and that this record is really one manifestation of understanding things in a very deep level, spiritual level, psychological level, whatever level is there.
Right. Yeah.
And the cover is done by Derek Riggs, who did Maiden covers and did Infinity cover too. And he spent a lot of time for the hands.
Yeah.
He told me that he couldn't get the hands right. It took months for him.
The album cover. If anybody doesn't have the album.
Yeah.
How come you didn't put your name on the front cover?
It's not there.
No, it's on the side.
Oh,
right there. It's on the spine.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man.
No, you don't know.
This is a very personal record, so I did not really want to have like too much like this fan idolizing stuff. I wanted to keep it really down and spiritual and everything. So it's there's no ego on this album. Nothing. There's no way. So the therapy really killed lots of my ego, because this person inside of me was and is really bad. So he has to stay under lock and key, and the key is out. And sometimes he's like behind the bars, and he's reaching out through the bars like, Timo. But he cannot come out because he did so much bad stuff.
Yeah.
And if you manage to tame your ego, I think that's spiritually maybe the best thing that can happen, because then you're not false. Because the ego is always false, right? It's always the false self. And in the suicide, the mechanism is like the false self wins always. The false self kills the true self. But sometimes, like in my father's case, I know that he was in so much pain that he just wanted out. It was not the false self, really, But in many cases, it is. And Finland is in the top of the suicide rates in the whole fucking world, And they say always, "Oh man, it's because of the weather." Do you fucking kill yourself because of the weather? No, man, you don't.
No, I don't think so.
No. So it's the family system, of course.
Right.
You're born with an authoritarian family system, and you learn to yes, sir.
Mm.
So you grow up and you learn these things, and you learn to obey. And I was never like that.
Mm.
Never. You see, I left the tribe years ago,
Right.
and I can tell now because even this is live that everybody thinks I'm part of the tribe, but I'm not. And the trick is to let them think that you're part of the tribe.
Right. That's how I pretty much do my whole life.
Exactly. But people like you and me, we have to do this, because I am in my Facebook less nowadays than before, but I am there, and I have to be there because I know my responsibility as a public person. I do have this, like, I give people a lot of hope as well. Because
Yeah, of
they know
course.
my story and they know I'm still here.
Right.
I didn't give up, never. So this is like being an example of some kind, although they really idolize me to death, which I really hate.
Yes, I see some really crazy fans of yours, and some of them are in this chat.
Yeah, me too. I've seen them.
You all know who you are. The song "Divine." I really like that song, even though it's the same thing throughout the whole entire song.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yes.
And I love how it builds up to the end of the song where it gets heavy and it just fades out. I love that.
Yeah. I play a lot of keyboards on that song, actually. I remember that.
Oh.
Yeah, like violins and things like that. And well, divine can be anything really. I mean, the lyrics are pretty much about nature and stuff like that. So, but it's in D minor, which is the saddest of all keys, as everybody knows.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Spinal Tap.
It's the least.
When he played the piano, like you don't know the scene, right? When he's playing the piano, you don't know Spinal Tap.
I watched it and I did not like it, so I don't remember too much from it.
Nobody liked it who is in the business because it's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's playing this song and like this nice melody and like minor, and he said, "Oh, that's really pretty." The guy said, "Yeah, it's in D minor, the saddest of all keys." Oh. And they go, "Oh, what is it called?" Oh, this one is called "Lick My Love Pump."
Okay, that scene, yes.
That
scene, yes.
And then he's like, so I mean, I like some of the stuff. Of course, because everything happens to me and to the guy afterwards.
It was interesting. I gotta watch it again. When I watched it, I wasn't into really watching it.
There is this part when the guy is doing in the backstage requirements for the sandwiches. It's like, is that too small? I want big sandwiches. Somebody told me that Kiske did this.
Really?
Yeah, he complained about the sandwiches, the size of the sandwiches. I never complained because if you have food in there, it's a very cool thing. You have drinks and food and stuff. So
right.
But somebody told me that he did exactly this.
Who knows? Maybe he was in Halloween and thinking who he is back then. So
when the Pumpkins came to Monterey, somebody told me that Kiske wanted to be in a different hotel from anybody else. So
what year was that?
He said that he needs some specific view.
So he's getting a little bit of a big head back then.
I don't know, man. It's a fucking hotel. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly. As long as you can go to sleep, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I wish we could sleep.
Yes, that's true. I don't have a problem sleeping though.
You're lucky then.
What was your reasoning for making this song "Divine"? Just very simple.
Well, my music is simple. I mean, there is no reason really per se. I mean, the songs just come out as they are. I mean, I write complete stuff. The songs just come out. And usually this album was like that. I remember that. Maybe I have somewhere, because I had Fostex 4-track machine. So all the demos I did with this. I do have somewhere these original ones.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah. I don't have the machine anymore, but cassettes probably, yes. And I mean, the whole record is simple.
It is. It's very simple, but it's cool to be simple. But this song itself, there's only a few notes in this song. It's just the same through the whole thing. And
my theory about perfect melody is that you have to be able to play on a piano with one finger, the melody. This is my theory. And it's always right. Hunting high and low, it's 6-7 notes. Everybody can play it.
Right.
And whatever, is coming home, whatever, paradise, it's there. So
right.
My music is really simple. That's what people don't get. They think it's very complicated, but it's not.
No, it's not. Your guitar solos are complicated, but the music itself isn't.
No, I don't think my solos are even complicated because they're all improvised.
Well, to me it is. I don't know. Yeah, improvised for you, but I can't play guitar for my life, even though I own two of them.
Yeah, but you play drums. I think you do improvise all drums too. You know?
Of course I do.
Yeah. So that's the same with me. And my biggest problem is always that I never can play what I play in the studio.
Right. Yeah, that's the same with me too. Every time I recorded something and we would play live, I would never play it the same way because it's just you just can't.
Exactly.
You know? So, it also depends on the mood that you're in as well when you're playing live.
Yeah, and I remember that because I used to really like to do vocals outside of the real, like Finvox or whatever studio. So we always rented some cabin or what, you know, because we had the equipment, so the sound was there. We only need nice space, and normal studios you don't have this. It's really lifeless place. That's why Hymn to Life. Actually, the song Hymn to Life also has these live trees, and you hear the birds. It's live birds. Yeah. Even they're like in the end you have this piano melody, which the song stops and then only the piano plays, and you hear the birds singing exactly the right moment. Yeah, there.
So it was live.
It's all live. I just put the two microphones outside and I hit the record button.
Oh wow.
That's it. It's like the nature was somehow with me on this record. Universe, however you want to call it. God, maybe if you're really daring.
The stars aligned that day.
Yeah. You know, I get this fucking horoscope things to my like how many I have now, I can tell. I have 9,772 emails.
You might want to delete some of those.
Yeah, I did actually, but they all come back, and I have this like horoscope thing, and you know how it always is like, Timo, why don't you answer? You know, it's like you go through this. This is a free, and then you go to the last. There's payment.
Yeah.
Always the payment. So
always.
Yeah. And they popped it up one because they send they always Timo, but they copy paste everything. So it was like the link for Timo, and I clicked the link and said, Elizabeth, you have troubles. They fucked it up somehow.
We talked about Little Boy, I Miss You earlier.
Yeah.
I Believe. I like that song a lot too.
Yeah, it's very U2-ish, I think.
Yes, it is.
It's very U2. I mean, a lot of the guitars are really influenced by the Edge, which I usually, before I really hated this guy, you know.
Yeah, I'm still not a big fan, but
well, I am now.
okay.
I am now. At that time, I still am. But, you know, I saw U2 in Germany in 2005 when I fired Jari Kainulainen by text message on that gig. So maybe he doesn't want to appear to the podcast, but I can ask. So yeah. So what was I saying? I forgot.
I Believe we were talking about.
Yeah, I believe was and is there's funny thing. There's this I believe in me and the universe, and I put some effect because I don't think I put any effect, but it's like the universe responds. There's some kind of delay with chorus. If you hear it, I believe in me and the universe and universe, it's like really
there's a little delay.
Yeah, with a chorus, a flanger or something. And I was doing a lot of delay stuff in there, like the Edge, and the vocals are really a lot of Bono-ish, you know, because he was and is very big influence to me. This guy. So although he's a Christian, which I'm not.
Right. But yeah, I love that song. The other song that you have a guest singer on, Are You the One? You have Sharon Den Adel from Within Temptation. She's probably one of my favorite female vocalists ever. She's awesome.
And she's also a very nice person. You know?
Yeah.
And she has a very, very, or had very jealous husband.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I met them in Helsinki when they did the Silent Sports album, and they had this show there. And that's when I never met her before. I mean, but
really?
I just sent the tapes. Then they came to Helsinki, and I talked with her, and he was really jealous. That I remember. But we really hit it on. Like I told her about my production techniques, how I produce vocals, because I need to be in the same room.
Right.
You know, to have this energy thing. And she was really, and he was like really jealous. If you were watching, there was nothing going on. So
right.
just a friend. And Are You the One is really like a love song, of course.
Right.
Are you the one? That's the thing.
So that's why he got jealous. You thought you were having her sing it to you.
But what about love? So, I mean, jealous is nothing but an anger turned inwards.
Right. I like this song, but the one thing that bothers me, and I don't know if you realize it, she says the word "the." Strange.
Yeah, I told her that. Are you the one? It's like the rap. Like,
Yeah.
It's like I didn't like it. I told her that.
Yeah.
Also, she changed the word. Like, are you the one? It sparkles in the night like fireflies, and I was like, your love is like swans passing by, and she changed this for some reason. I don't know why. I said, Timo, I changed this. And same with like Kiska later in Land of New Hope. She said it's too high, the melody. She asked me if she can change it. I said, you cannot, because I know you can sing it. And then she did, and I could actually do it. So, but she's really kind and sweet person. You know?
Yeah.
I was like really, and one thing I remember, she didn't take any money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said, our engineer Martin, he never gets the recognition, so why don't you pay him the money? I said, okay, sure.
Interesting.
So she took nothing, no money.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
How did you get hooked up with her?
That was through, I think they were signed to some very East West, I think, and I think it was Nuclear Blast who got in touch with. They had the channel, so to get in touch with them. I wanted to have a female singer for this particular song, of course. So.
Yeah. It was a good choice. She's a very good vocalist.
I mean, she is singing also on Avalon 1, this Shine with Ellis Rude. Half of the song is this woman. So.
I just wish she would have said the word "the" a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, it's Dutch, it's Netherlands. I mean, maybe she was doing some hash and stuff. So.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We talked about Farther. Fresh Blue Waters.
Yeah, that's very Creedence CCR, I think.
Yes, I can hear that. Yeah.
It's like Fogerty in there in a ministry form. So it's very positive song. I mean, I felt like, because I'm a Pisces in horoscope, fish.
Okay. Oh, me too.
Water is, I didn't know that.
Yeah. March
so
19th.
Water is my element. So I really like to swim, and I went swimming almost like 3 or 4 times a week. And I was in this blue water, and I felt like it's cleansing my system, I went to a lot of spa with my daughter Nina and stuff like this. So I wrote a song about that, like purification of effect of a water to your system, and fresh blue waters cleanse me. Give me wisdom and help me find the key. In the lap of the ocean, I'm free, and the future will be better than the past. I have learned from my mistakes, and that will last. It's like also rhyming, so So this song is like really, really positive. Like in general, the whole album, the message is there,
Yeah.
So, but the message in my case, it's never completely positive, because we live in a dual world. So everything is like yin and yang. So, so this album is very yin yang. Yes, very. Yeah.
Not everything can be positive. So.
Yeah, but you hopefully try to be positive, even in the middle of darkness. If you're positive, it sort of kills the darkness.
Right.
Who wants to be around a person who's so positive? Then it makes even the dark go away. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you so happy?
I cannot stand people like that.
Yeah, it's very rare.
It's okay for a few minutes, but
I've seen people like that, and it does make you think of what is wrong with this person.
And then they get mad at me because I'm always all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. If anybody knows, my eye keeps twitching. I don't know why.
Like, yeah.
It like moves on its own. Like,
oh, okay.
I'm gonna get what do you call it? The Bell's palsy.
That part of it wants to express something, I think.
My eye.
Yeah. In my therapy, the whole body is divided to different sections, like eye section, mouth, breasts, everything. And they are working, it's body psychotherapy. They're working on these different zones to liberate, because they think that, and I know it's true, that we carry our history in our body. So all the things, we record 24 hours a day.
Yeah, of course.
We are mostly blocked. So this therapy aims to resolve this blocks.
See, there goes twitched.
Exactly. I mean, twitch in the eye, they say in English. So,
I don't know what it means.
and me neither, but I've heard the expression. So.
It's Christmas Morning.
Yeah.
Another cool song. I like that one.
Well, I like
songs
Christmas.
about-
I really love Christmas because that was always when I was a kid that nobody had fights.
Mm.
You know,
Oh,
except
lucky you.
well, in Finland, there's a lot of police has to come to homes because the fathers get drunk, they pass out under the Christmas tree and stuff.
Mm.
I was like, I'll fucking throw you out. It's like a family, so everything. So we used to get, because my father got really drunk and violent, so we escaped many times to the night.
Mm.
We went to my grandfather's place, and so I wrote a song about what it means to have this kind of a Christmas morning, evening, a day, and night, and how lucky I actually am. You know, even at that time, I felt in this song. But then I put also the message of peace to this, because Christmas is ultimately about forgiveness, being together, like this. So the whole thing about peace, it's like guns selling weapons of peace.
Right.
All these things at church and stuff. So it's all there. And to me, it's a church. If there is a God, and I know there's a creator, but God is lost its meaning to me, the word. So this instance is institution with so much money, and they want more all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, even you have to. When I was in Mexico City, I went to the Catholic Mass because I wanted to see one.
Right.
And this Vatican, they have so much money and they ask for more. At the end of the ceremony, they come with a thing, give me more. And I see,
yeah, they do that here too.
yeah.
I've been to that shit.
So they have these golden things, gold and stuff, and everything is so posh and everything. If there is a place where this God is not, then it's the church to me.
Mm.
That's what the Bible says too, that God is with the poor. So.
Right. I stay away from that place.
It's getting really like preaching, right?
Yeah, you are.
But this album, because
the album is that way.
Yeah, after this album, I felt, Timo, this is really actually preaching. So I just had to get it out of my system, and I was not that preaching after that anymore. So
no.
But in this album, I am definitely.
I think it really helped you a lot to be, even if you are a little preachy on this album. I think it helped you a lot.
Yes, a lot. Oh, that's the gift of music. You can write out your stuff, whatever you have. So, and I did very much exactly that on this one. So.
And we already talked about Hymn to Life, but so if nobody's heard this album, please go listen to it. It's personally one of my favorite albums of yours, Timo. And
I think it's Spotify as well.
It's on. That's right. It just came on Spotify about 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So go listen to that.
I own the rights for this album and the classical one. So.
Actually, yeah, but now because you got both of them, you got this one as well, if anybody didn't know, on Spotify and on all the other streaming services, whatever. Because I used the intro to the show, where I haven't been doing it since we did the live show, but the old show. Now I'm getting strikes because I used the song.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck. I mean, I was against to put this on Spotify like 10 years because they told me you have to pay for that. You don't pay anyway to me nothing.
No.
My rights, but then my manager convinced me that it's better because people can listen to it at least.
Right. You needed people listening. At least the Hymn to Life album. You need people to hear that one because it's a really good album. Some questions?
How do you play Black Diamond?
I can't play it. I don't know. How do you play it?
Just like this.
How about composing classical music, Timo?
I'm not good enough for that. No way. I mean, the album is called Classical Variations, and themes, but it's not really classical, right? I mean, I love classical. I love Bach. I love Beethoven. I love Vivaldi. All these guys. Yeah. But I don't consider myself to be up there with these guys. Not at all. I know exactly what I'm doing, though.
Right.
So that's I do what I can and what I want. But I mean, to write classical stuff, you need to be really schizophrenic, right?
Right. Yes.
You have to have like 200 people. You write all this separately. I can't do that. No way.
That's tough. Not easy. Can you tell us about when you record an album for Olaf from Vision Divine? We talked about that already a while ago.
Is it a question of when I will record an album?
He wants you to tell us when. Can you tell us about when you record? I think he meant when you recorded an album.
Well, I did 2 Vision Divine albums, and this guy is not called Olaf. His name is Giancarlo Mangiani. But he calls him Olaf Thursday, and I was like, what is this?
Olaf for short.
Yeah. Olaf is a Norwegian name, and he said that because my heart is in Scandinavia, right? So he was a cool guy, actually. I have nothing bad to tell about him. He was, I mean, I did this 9 Degrees West of the Moon album, which I do a lot of keyboards. I played half of the bass, and a lot of, it's really my production. There's a lot of loops I put in there and stuff. So it's really artistic album, but I simplified the stuff. Because it's like what Dream Theater did with images and words. You can have this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
We wanted to have a deal for them from Germany, but we couldn't. And I still remember when I was doing backups after the vocals with Fabio Leone, the fucking hard disk stopped 66.6 figure. Okay, this figure is also following me. In Mexico City, I had a restaurant with 660.
Yeah, I just saw you post that the other day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Exactly. So, yeah, but it was. I mean, I really enjoyed both of Vision Divine albums. I think they are very good in these days. I also Spotify. Someone else.
You did the bass on that too, right? I think you said
half of the bass.
Or half of it. Yeah.
The other one is called 25th Hour, and that's like Michele Luppi, the singer who is playing keyboards in Whitesnake. No, and the song 25th Hour is like there's like a guy who dies and he ascends to heaven, and I put like the song ends and there's like tick tock. It's 25 times.
I think I remember that.
You can count it like it's 25, so it stops. That's when he actually dies. That's simple, like expresses that thing. Okay. So that's about Olaf. If I want to record something with him, no, I don't.
Why not?
Because he's
work.
No, it's I don't think now he's not playing the ass, but I don't think he really knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Those people can be really difficult.
Well, I can kind of see that because he jumped from the band Labyrinth, then he did that Vision Divine, then he went back to Labyrinth.
Okay.
And now he might be on both. I don't know.
Right. Well, he has to do what he needs to do.
Of course, you have to, especially in the music business, which there isn't one right now anyway. Avalon wants to know if your T-shirts are ready. I've asked. Last year I think I asked for something to make a T-shirt for you so we can make some money. But if you want to buy a T-shirt, you can buy a Rat Salad Review T-shirt, and that also helps me. So go to ratsaladreview.com. Buy a T-shirt.
You should send me one so I could wear it in the podcast.
What's that?
You should send me one shirt so I could wear it.
I can send you a shirt. I had to buy it, but I'll send it to you. I'll get you one.
My address is whatever his address. Kilimanjaro.
Give me your address. I do want to send you a shirt.
Yeah.
And
you have the right size, though. I'm XXXXL.
They probably don't sell your size. It's probably extra money. I'll have to call a tent maker to make your shirt.
A 10.
Let's see what this says. This is a long one. By any chance, are there demos of Symphonia, whatever? I remember that I saw them in Argentina and that it was incredible, an excellent sound. I still wonder how is Project that had no luck.
So this guy must be Argentine, right?
I don't know.
He's from
Argentina. How about Marcel?
I mean, I don't have no demos. I mean, we did 3 tracks, but with Andre Matos. I mean, that time was like, I learned that he lives next to me in Sweden, so I got in touch with him because we did a tour with Angra, like back in who knows when. So I knew the guy that he can sing very good. So then I got in touch with him, and I started writing songs for us. And I flew to Sweden to record 3 demos, and we got a deal right away. So I started writing songs, and there's some stuff in YouTube, like really funny clip called Two Tired Warriors. We did this clip after the vocal recordings, but 3 weeks in a fucking cabin in the top of a mountain without even internet. And it's really weird, like 4 a.m., like so fucking tired, and it's funny actually. It's like me, I'm like very expressive, like yeah, like the whole video almost. So, he's like talking like he's Brazilian. He was Brazilian. He died in July.
Oh, really?
Andre Matos, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Andre, yeah.
Andre. He was like his friend told me that he was really depressed in the end. He was doing cocaine. And
Really?
He was drinking a lot. He didn't sleep. So he moved back to his parents' house, and he was spending the night at the sofa, and then just fucking died on his sleep. 1 week after he was playing with Avantasia in Sao Paulo.
Right, yeah, and I think it was right after that, right? That happened? Yeah.
Exactly. So I have no demos, but this tour was horrible because I felt so sorry for this guy, because he used to play to really big crowds, and we played in Sao Paulo in like fucking 150 people. And what the fuck is happening, And nobody gave a rat's ass about the record. And still, I think it's very good power metal album, In Paradiso. And I remember I was doing a live interview for some radio, and he told me that Andre Matos just died. So this guy got me in the fucking live. My reaction, I cried 2 days.
It's a shame, man. I remember when I first heard him on Angra, the album Fireworks. Yeah. I was like blown away. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's awesome. And then fan ever since. But
he was huge. I mean, their first album was called Angels Cry, and I went to Tokyo to do press for episode, and I heard the album. I was like, oh man, this is so good.
Yeah.
And they sold like 200,000 copies of that album in Japan.
Wow.
So, there's a big guy, no demos. They're gonna do a memorial concert for Andre next year. They want to invite me to Sao Paulo to do this because I need to go there, of course.
Oh wow.
To pay respect to this guy, because he was a really intelligent guy. He was really in there. He had no lyrics for the whole symphony album. We started to do them. He came to the cabin, and I put my system in there, and he said, Timo, I don't have any lyrics. Okay, then do the lyrics. So he came, and he didn't come on the first day. I'm like, where are you, man? So he came next day, fucking hangover. Because it was New Year's Eve. So it was 1st of January. And apparently in Brazil, they have a custom habit that they go to the sea and jump 7 times in the beach. But this was fucking mid-winter. So he got...
Oh, they do something like that here, too.
He got flu.
Polar bear club or some bullshit. Exactly. Yeah.
So he got sick, and we had to go to the doctor to get some cortisone shots to his throat before he could sing. So he was like, all the song titles are mine, like always. So I gave him like Pilgrim Road, Fields of Avalon, Come by the Hills, and he wrote one lyric, and then we did the vocals. And he always said, is this good enough, Timo? It's your lyric, man. Like, you're the one. So, what can I say? It's like, it's your lyric. So he was really intense. He was always like this. Yes. Like this, like a professional. Very Brazilian guy, very. Yeah. I miss him a lot. I do. I mean, it's funny. It's not even funny. It's horrible because in song In Paradiso, his lyrics are like, angels are calling. The angels, they call out my name, something like this, and like, angels carry me to heaven. It's like he knew someone 10 years before he died. It's really, really touching now to listen to this song.
Of course, when you go back and listen to it,
Exactly,
yeah. G65. Hello, Timo. I love your work in the New Era album of
Revolution Renaissance.
I couldn't remember it. And there was a version of Last Night on Earth that was played in Wacken 2007. What happened to the lyrics?
Well, the lyrics were demo lyrics.
No.
at that time, because the whole album I composed was Stratovarius first. And we did some demos and everything. So then Jens Johansson put them out to the net when I left Stratovarius. It was his karmic payback for me to put it to the net. And there exists still this album with Kortefeld on the voice. But Last Night on Earth lyrics I wrote then afterwards, for Kiske. So, but this is actually when the Stratovarius broke up in Wacken on that stage, on that song. I really still remember there's like 60,000 people. Okay, it's Wacken, maybe the biggest metal festival. So we were playing the song, and I was like, I just felt nothing. I was completely feelingless. I looked around, and I see all these guys who used to be my friends, and they still are today my friends, of course, but there was nothing there. We didn't have anything anymore. So I felt really horrible, and that's when I decided, okay, man, this is the end. This is the end.
Right.
But it took 1 year more. Of course, it's a big decision, right? So, but it's that song on that stage in Wacken. Funny enough, the guy is asking this, so I have to say.
Interesting. Marcel again. Flying Samir, I can't pronounce that, has a great influence on how the Yngwie played at that time. Is there a little influence on the subject? Richie Yngwie.
Yeah. I mean, I met Yngwie many times, and he was always very nice to me. I had nothing bad to say about the guy. So I am, of course, influenced by Yngwie. Who isn't? I mean,
if you're a guitar player, yes, you have to be most of the time influenced.
I mean, you can say you're not, but you're lying, I think. So, I mean, but Yngwie himself doesn't say that he's influenced by Blackmore, which he clearly is.
Yes.
And he took the name Rising Force from Ule John Roth, from ex-Scorpions guitar player. So he took that. But I don't know if this Flying Samir is influenced by Yngwie, but the whole record is influenced by Yngwie. Because when I heard Rising Force, I'm like, this guy is doing exactly what I want to do. Right. Exactly. I'm like, how the fuck is possible? And he was like miles away, millions of miles away ahead of me at that time.
Right.
So, but the main difference between Yngwie and Malmsteen are the songs. Because I have never considered myself as like guitar hero. This is the truth. I've never been
You're more of a songwriter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the people who put the stamp on me, not me. I never call myself maestro or god or whatever, but they want to call me this.
But you were you were a mastermind, though. It says it right here.
Yeah, but I never said that I am.
Mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not anything like Yngwie, honestly.
No,
Yngwie, he puts out the same album almost every.
I think he has a certain image, but if you meet the guy, right. He was very nice.
Yeah. But you have a lot of variations in every album that you do. Not everything's the same. So
yeah, I get that.
Oh, look at this. Here's a guy. You did an interview with this guy the other day on his show, Danny Music Collector. Oh. What the hell, man? You're not supposed to do other people's shows.
I don't. Which show? Which show? I don't remember.
Danny's show. He had you on a show the other day.
What? Which Danny?
Danny Music Collector. I don't know what his last name was.
I don't remember it.
He just had you on the show the other day. I just talked to him. He asked me if he could have you on a show, and I said yes, do it.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't remember.
You don't. Oh boy, sorry, Danny. But he wants to know if you're going to reissue those two albums, two solo albums.
There is a plan to do that exactly, and maybe put some bonus tracks as well. So there's a plan, and there's a plan to do Hymn to Life 2 as well.
Don't do it.
There's a plan. It doesn't mean that it happened.
Don't call it Hymn to Life 2.
Well,
we know how that goes.
Unforgiven 2.
No, do what you want. It's your career.
Yeah.
Titanic. Okay, I know that your least favorite album pick is Episode. So, what's your most favorite album cover?
Pick.
Album cover. He meant cover. Picture.
Okay. Must be the intermission because there's an angel with tits. And nobody sees the tits because they are there. Derek Rick's humor. He put them there. We got a lot of shit from feminists about that cover actually, but I didn't even know that it's there. And then I went, okay, they are there. Everybody knows tits, right? Who gives a fuck?
Think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, we all be breastfed. I hope so. But my favorite cover must be Infinity because it's like it's like divided in half. There's a material world and spiritual world. And I have somewhere the original painting, not painting, but I did with the pen. Some horrible. I sent it to Rich and he laughed his ass off. Like, what is this, Timo? But it was dolphins and because it's album number 8 and it's Infinity sign. I just put it and the dolphins jumped to this thing. So, and it's Hong Kong Bay. The cover.
It's what?
It's the Bay of Hong Kong.
Oh yes, yeah. I like that cover. That's one of my favorite ones.
I think it's much cool. If I have to colorful. It's definitely this.
Infinity. When will you compose a motion picture soundtrack?
Oh, that's the next life.
Have you ever even given that a thought to compose a motion picture soundtrack?
I would love to, but I mean, one of the albums we haven't talked about is Sana.
Right.
And that is like cinematic stuff. That's cinematic.
We're not talking about that album.
There's no guitar in the whole album, so it's really like just samples. Because I had a lot of stuff at that time.
Is that the next album?
Yes.
It is. Oh God, I gotta listen to that shit.
Yeah. Thank you. It's the most spiritual album of mine, by the way. But it has no guitars.
It's spiritual, right? Makes me want to.
No, there are a lot of like flutes, strings, and everything is keyboards. Even the bass is keyboards.
Yeah.
The real bass is played with a keyboard.
Well, I'll listen to it.
I think I think you like the album because it's very melodic.
I own it. I do have it, and I made it through a few songs.
This whole thing is like I made the cover, I made the booklet, I took the photos of this girl, Jennifer. So it's all my work, the whole complete stuff.
You put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, but of course I got sued by the label when I gave them the master.
No, we'll get into that. Don't reveal the secrets now. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. I think you've been in a special place mentally when you've written your best stuff. Have you analyzed or figured out how you wrote your most divine stuff?
What can I say to this? What is divine anyway? Special place. I'm always in a special place mentally.
Yes, you are.
I mean, it's like you gotta be. I mean, I don't understand the question. Actually, I have no fucking idea.
Can I make sense out of this? Have you analyzed or figured out how you wrote your most divine stuff?
There is no how. There is no system.
Yeah, you just write what you feel at the moment.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Here's this one. Why is there no 030366 and Stradivarius in fourth dimension demos? I also heard that Soldier's Prayer was originally. Oh, I think somebody answered this question.
What is it? Originally, of those demos was Vele. What is that?
What?
Vele. What is that?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's a typo or something. I mean, I actually have exactly these 3 songs now.
Yeah, somebody actually.
I have these three.
Somebody did comment that. Yes.
I have them now.
This person is the one that sent you the demos.
Oh, of course. Then makes sense.
Let's see what else we got.
Thank you, by the way. Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Thank you. Finish.
What else we got? Why Solitude as a bonus track? It's a great song.
What is this? Why? I mean, there is no why. I mean, it's always you have to try to make the best album you can at that particular moment. And Solitude just didn't cut it to the episode because it's the weakest track of all. That's why. If there has to be why.
Yeah.
I mean, in my life, there is no why. Never. I never ask why.
Why ask why?
Exactly.
Here's a good question. What do you think about the future of parametal and music?
I wish it dies very quickly.
Do you really?
Well, I mean, there's so many bands, like thousands, millions of bands, and everybody's doing the same shit. Of course, I mean, there's a little originality there, and you got your Strata copies, you got Rhapsody copies, you got God knows Halloween copies, or whatever copies, and I think people are getting tired of this shit because you don't ultimately know what to listen to because there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
But
I was huge into power metal, like around 90. Shit, what was it, like 97-ish or whatever? That's when power metal got really huge, and that's when I was really into it. I mean, most of the bands I listen to is power metal, but I kind of got out of that over the last, probably 10 years.
Well, I mean, they call Stratovarius power metal, but is it really only that? I think it's much more than power metal.
No, as you went on in your career, no, you got out of power metal. Now I think they're back into power metal, but as when you were there, that you got started to get out of it a little bit.
I never accepted the stamp of power metal because I'm much more than that.
Yeah.
What is power metal? For me, power metal is like Hammerfall.
Right. I don't consider that power metal though. Power metal's keyboardy stuff. Actually, power metal is a Stradivarius from like 1996.
I disagree, but okay.
Well, no, Visions is power metal. And
it's Coming Home power metal.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think it is.
It's not power metal. Well, if you say it is, then it is.
Yeah. But there's other bands. Even people call Halloween power metal. But they are, but then now I don't consider them power metal. They've changed.
I mean, people want to have definitions and stuff. But
I hate that.
Of course. Future of music. Am I the one who say what is the future of music? No, I'm not.
No,
I can say about my future, but future of music. I mean, there's always going to be music, of course. And what I'm going to do is, because when my metal career definitely is approaching to its end,
I think so.
I'm gonna just keep on doing what I do the best. I write songs, and I can even write pop songs and dance songs and whatever. So that's where the big money is.
And that's when this podcast ends.
Great. We're not going to go there. Yeah.
No. Hey, listen, I like a lot of stuff. One of my favorite non-metal bands is the Killers.
Lady Gaga.
No, the Killers.
You mean the Backstreet Boys?
No, the Killers. You know who the Killers are?
I don't know Killers.
Look them up. You might like them.
I don't know Killers.
Well, Mr. Brightside was one of their famous songs, but that one's not that great. I'll send you some stuff. You might like the Killers. I think you like U2. So
this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm really boring when it comes to new bands.
I know you are. You're boring in general. What does the 3-piece symbol next to your name mean for you? It's on your new website. It's a common symbol.
It's not a common.
It is common.
It's fleur de lis from France.
So what does it mean to you?
Well, I started using in the classical album. Actually, it's there. So
yeah.
It's from France, and it's from '93, and yes, that one. Yeah, I have a tattoo here actually. So it's for me a spiritual symbol. It is exactly that. That's why I chose it, and it's the Stratovarius logo, which most Stratovarius then skipped because they couldn't have it, so they took a compass.
Yeah.
And I always said as a joke, which I know that some of them got really insulted because they need a compass because they don't know where to go.
Oh, shit.
That's something I said, I have all their albums, so I support them. They're good guys. They make good songs. Everything's good. I just sometimes say stupid things.
Of course you do, but that's hilarious.
It's actually a symbol for French royalty, the king from France. So. Because everybody knows that I'm related to Jesus Christ.
I think we all are.
No, we aren't.
Yes, we are.
No, I said the story is like that. When Christ died, there was like Mary was pregnant, and then she went to France, and so there are a lot of relatives of Christ on earth in this moment. And they say that Mary was the last on the cross. She was holding the cross. Actually, everybody else escaped. And she wrote a gospel too, which they rejected. So I'm not a Christian, but there is something in this guy that really puzzles me.
Oh,
That
Jesus.
yeah, like how you are spreading the word of love and you get killed. Because if you follow the
He did
way,
something.
if you follow Christ, you're gonna be on the cross for
Mm.
sure. You're gonna be there, not literally but figuratively. You're gonna be on the cross.
Did you
That's
know there's like a couple different Jesus Christs?
I don't know. I don't know much about the history, but I know that there was a guy like that, and that he was killed. And
There's a podcast I listened to, and one of the shows was mostly about Jesus Christ, and they would talk about there's like a couple other ones. I'll send you that podcast if I can find it again because it was a
okay,
while ago. But it's very interesting. I think you might like it.
okay,
It makes you think.
yeah. But
Let's get rid of some of these emails so we can just get this over with this because we've got a lot of emails here. From Len, I can never pronounce his things. Oh, Lenny. I resonate clearly with the song "Leave the Tribe." We were just talking about that.
yeah,
Tell me all you can about the song and the idea behind it.
oh, it's what it says. Not leaving the tribe. It's very simple. I mean, to me, it means to leave common ways behind and take road less traveled, which I am taking, because it means that we are all pretty much traveling the same road. But those people who step out from the road go to the forest, and then you have to make your own road, which is always more difficult, but it's always worthwhile.
Mm.
Not to travel the same road every day, but try to see the world every day new, whatever is coming, because every day can be a challenge, but you can learn about things. And leaving the tribe is a metaphoric thing to say, I refuse to be common. I refuse that because I'm not boring, I'm not common. I refuse to be that. That's all.
Good idea, way to be, because if you just follow what everybody else does, that's boring.
Well, that's what people are doing with this fucking coronavirus.
I know.
Yeah. Don't stay at home. Go out.
Yeah, go out.
Yeah.
Just don't cough and breathe on nobody, and don't get in nobody's face. Who is the singer in "Sadness of the World"?
Heikki Pöyhiä. He was in a band called Twilightning in Finland. I did one of the albums.
I know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Twilightning. So he is the singer.
Will you get him to sing on the second Sana album?
Definitely, yes.
Let's
I
see.
talked to him about it too, so he wants to do it.
Cool. Neiman asked. He asked a lot of questions. Why did you choose to sing in the cover of "Kill the King"? I wanted to know that too. I forgot to ask you that. Did Koti?
Again, why?
Yeah. Why did you? What? Stop
Where
talking
is
over.
my why?
Why did you choose to sing the cover of "Kill the King"?
Why did you choose to ask the question?
Listen, if you're gonna be a wise ass, I'll just cancel the show right now.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like it because I mean, the thing is, Ronnie James Dio was my friend. Okay, I knew him. I met him many times, and one of the things was like a festival in Finland. I went to see him. He was in the backstage, which was like a container, and there was a line to see the guy before the show. And there was one guy before me that asked him the question like, "How can you sing like that?" You know what he answered?
What?
Because I'm so good. That was his answer. Then I greeted him. I went out, and I happened to look to the clouds, and there were two rainbows in the clouds, small one, but two rainbows. And he put me a chair on stage. I was 7 meters away from this guy who was like 162 tall, and he did Gates of Babylon, Lonely Rocket, all the things. And I remember that I never heard so loud monitors in my life. Like 8 wedges, only vocals, nothing else. And he did all the tricks, and 30,000 people doing like this. Amazing, like really. So I could see all those things, and so of course, Kill the King. I could not really sing it like he because I don't have this raspy voice. I have a thin voice, but I can sound a little bit like that, but not like, of course, like him. So, but whenever people ask why you do this, why you do that, and I can't really answer why. There is no why. There's just feelings. I felt like it. Maybe that's a good answer.
Oh, another thing I wanted to ask you on that intermission album, Bloodstone. Was that was that a demo version of that? Because it sounded different than the other songs.
Yeah,
it sounds so produced.
Yeah, I wanted to have this exactly the sound like
Priest had.
Yes, I copied it in the mix completely.
Yeah, that's how I figured you did.
Yeah.
Did Coley Pelto sing on "Kill the King" at all, or that was just you? Like,
he didn't sing at all.
He didn't sing it at all.
No, he didn't.
I thought maybe he sang it first, and then you're like, "Oh, that's terrible," and you just sang it myself.
No. He didn't.
Neiman again. Why did you decide to name the Black Album Stradivarius?
Because it was really we needed like self-explanatory title, and that was it, man. I mean, there is nothing better around. It's like you can't call it Maniac. Well, Maniac Dance would be actually cool. No,
it would have been.
Yeah, because it was really that was one big Maniac Dance at that time. Everything. So one of the really cool titles would be Hitler, of course.
Right. Yes.
For the whole album.
Talked about that a few times.
Yeah.
This is the last question. Kazi Cage, Rescue. Why did you invite Cody Pelto to sing Solitude?
Because he was in the fucking band.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Flying Samir has a very strong start. One of my favorites, along with Out of the Shadows. Can you tell me about this song?
Which song?
Flying Samir.
Again?
Yeah.
He thinks it's a strong start.
I guess.
It's just a drum fill.
Drums aren't strong?
Well, what's the question? Again, why?
Why? Can you tell me about can you tell him about this song?
Well, it's one instrument. I mean, I can't really. I mean, I hate to analyze my stuff. I analyze a lot of things, but I don't analyze music at all. I listen to it and I feel it.
Yeah.
It's not mechanical thing. It's very much alive. The whole thing. It's a living thing for me.
All right, guys. All right. A couple more questions in the live chat, and then we're out of here because I'm tired. I got another 3 more shows to do, and I got to cook dinner. Yes, I have to do my King Diamond show. I have my regular show.
Okay.
And I have 2 regular shows I have to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You all have to carry a cross, man. So
I should. I really should. Do you know? I don't know if you ever saw this guy, but apparently he went like all over the world. He built himself a cross out of wood, a big, huge one, and he carried it all across. Maybe he just went to the United States, I guess, maybe.
Okay.
But he walked it everywhere.
Okay. I respect that. It's very metaphorical, of course.
Yeah, it is. That's why he did it, because
I'm doing the same actually, but I don't just have the fucking cross. I go to the whole world with the cross, which is invisible.
You bring your guitar.
We have to carry our cross, man. We have to. Everybody has to carry it every day.
But could you imagine that, carrying an actual cross across country?
I have seen in Brazil, in the Holy Week, some people let them crucify themselves. Right. Really? Yes.
Yes. Have you seen that?
No.
There's a video on YouTube of people doing that.
I don't want to see that. I've seen some guys with a fucking big cross, but there's a fucking wheel in the tail. So that's cheating, man.
Yes, that is cheating.
If they're traveling Via Dolorosa, I don't have a fucking wheel. You carry the fucking thing.
Yeah, you can't carry it on a wheel. That's cheating.
No, you can't.
A few more. Hello, what does the Finnish metal music scene think? What metal bands are catching your attention today? Greetings from Costa Rica.
Costa Rica is a very nice place. I was there like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, something like that. Nothing really. I mean, I'm really boring when it comes to new bands.
Why?
I just don't have the patience to go through new stuff. I mean, there's so much music in Spotify and stuff,
It's hard to find good bands nowadays, I think.
Yeah, but this person here next to me is pushing me to do that exactly. So.
Yeah. What is her favorite band?
What is your favorite band?
I don't have a favorite.
No favorite?
No, I like.
She likes music like me. It's music lover, so.
Hmm.
But you must have favorite band.
I don't have.
She doesn't have.
Is it Menudo?
What is that?
You don't know what Menudo is?
I don't know.
Please tell him what Menudo is later. After we leave the show, show him some Menudo videos.
I think it's not Mexican. I don't know if it's
You remember Ricky Martin?
Yeah.
That's where Ricky Martin got his start.
Okay.
Pop band.
I know Ricky Martin, of course.
Yeah, that's where Ricky Martin came from. Menudo.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know this shit. No, I don't know at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah. What was the question again?
But
About
I know the Killers.
yeah, the Killers. I don't know Killers.
I really.
I know Iron Maiden Killers. No.
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 I think we talked about this already. Do you play other instruments?
Yeah, skin faggot.
Skin flute?
Yeah. No, I play bass. I play keyboards. I sing. The only thing I don't do is drums. Maybe you can teach me that.
No, I'm not going to teach
One day when we have to meet, of course.
That's never going to happen.
You
Don't
think?
ever come here. Pablo, what do you think about doing a live concert in this pandemic?
Well, I would be the first to do it. I mean, in fact, I was scheduled to do a fucking thing 4 weeks ago, but I didn't. So, and now my Brazilian tour. It seems is gonna be in October now, and my Japanese tour was postponed from November to March. I'm not scared of the fucking pandemic at all, so I would do gigs in this moment if I could, of course.
You should do something like YouTube or a Facebook Live concert.
You think?
Yeah, everybody's doing it.
Oh, okay, maybe I do.
Do you have an amp and a guitar?
Yes.
So do it.
Okay.
People would love it.
I guess.
Another girl that I interviewed, she does it almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe she has. Maybe she wants to have this kind of attention that I don't want.
No, well, she's just bored because she actually plays out every night, and now that she can't, that's her job.
I'm not staying in casa. I go out. Okay.
Well, she can't because if she goes out, because she has a thing like a weak immune system. So if she does get sick, she'll probably die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the virus.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she can have any disease, right?
I know, but I'd
It's not
rather
about-
not take the chance.
It's not about the virus then. It's about everything. So, I mean, I don't have this. I go out and this stuff, and I don't stay inside all day. Well, sometimes I do, but not because of the fucking virus. I even hate the name coronavirus.
Why? That's a cool name. That's a good name for a new band.
I
I think.
Anders Johansson said that I should do a band called Strato. What the fuck is it called?
Stratovirus.
Volcano.
Your next album should be Coronavirus or COVID-19.
This guy is one louder. He said we're gonna have two drummers. He's kotipelto. He posted in the Instagram, so everybody thinks now it's happening.
Oh my God. It's not going to happen. But let's get it to happen. Let's get Cody Pelto on the show.
Yeah, let's try this.
All right. Keep trying.
I keep.
And Jens, because he never wrote me back, that bastard.
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, I try.
And let's have some good shows here. I mean, this was a great show. I mean, we've almost been doing 2 hours, and your girlfriend's sitting there very patiently.
Yeah.
I can't see her on this screen, but I see her on the bottom screen.
Do you?
On the bottom one, yes.
Here. Okay.
Yeah. But you're not on the show.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the show, tilt your head in a little bit more.
He doesn't want.
No.
She's
You'll have to stand
Japanese.
up. Huh?
She's Japanese.
She's Japanese?
She looks like Japanese.
Oh. No, she's not Japanese.
No, she's Mexican.
No. All right. Well, I think that is the end of the Timo Tolkki podcast.
Yes.
Unless you can think of anything else to talk about.
Yeah, like why is this podcast existing? In general.
Why are you asking me why? It just is.
I want to piss you off. That's why.
I'll end it right now.
Yeah, I have the power to do that.
I do.
I have also leave studio button here.
Because you'd never figure out how to do your own podcast. You could do Facebook Live, but you would never know how to do this.
I know how to do it, and I've done it.
I know.
I do it now. Where's my phone? I do Wayne in Facebook Live.
All right.
I can, of course.
All right. Dead air is great.
Right.
You have to say something to my fans.
I have to say something to your fans.
Yeah, like live. Let's see.
Are you on Facebook Live right now?
Yes.
We're on live YouTube, and now we're on Facebook Live.
So, Wayne,
Yes.
why are you doing this thing?
Why am I doing this?
Yes.
Because I really believe in you, Timo, and I really think that you should have a lot of fans, and everybody should buy your albums. And I really want you to have all the success in the world.
I've been having the excess, man.
You've been having the excess,
Yeah.
and yeah, and you need a new barber because your hair looks terrible.
I don't have a barber. So next question will be, what do you think about this coronavirus?
This coronavirus is terrible. I think everybody should wear a mask, wear gloves, and be as protected as possible. And if you're not doing that, you're foolish because you're all going to die.
I don't think, but we're all gonna die anyway. So
Yeah,
right.
we will at some point.
Okay, this is the Timo Tolkki podcast version 1, finishing now.
Version 1. Am I your special guest?
Yes.
I'm the worst guest ever. All right. Great. Bye, everybody. All right. Please, before you turn off the Timo Tolkki podcast. Oh, did you turn it off already? You turned it off?
Yeah. So you don't get to say anything.
I was going to plug my show.
Yes. It was very special. Oh, sorry. Next time.
All right. But I can plug my show here. ratsaladreview.com. Please check out ratsaladreview.com. Please buy a t-shirt. You can buy it right on the website. Obviously, you can catch Timo's podcast on our network. We make no money, but if you buy a t-shirt, we will make some money. Timo's Facebook page, yes. If you don't belong to Timo's Facebook page, please join it. Because he talks to everybody.
Several Facebooks of mine, both of mine. You know.
Timo, you're not only a very important musician for the world, but for all people over there that felt better listening to your musical ideas. And on that note, we will say goodbye.
That's exactly what I want to say.
Right.
Too much praising, you know.
Yes, it's been a long episode. All right. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
I'm tired, so
I am tired.
bye. Yeah.